Hey, I thought I'd check in real quick with you. I jumped back in my car because it's so windy out there today. I wanted you to be able to hear me on this update. So, as I was walking around, I did get a little bit of a download or update from my guides and spirit to help support you with the past several messages that I've passed on to you. And if you haven't heard them, check back in the previous videos and it'll help explain why maybe you've been having some headaches, why life feels a little bit chaotic, why everything just feels like you're kind of digging out of the trenches all the time. So the update that I was given, and I always get different analogies and pictures, and they've always shown me like life in your journey is like putting a puzzle together, but there's not necessarily that box to take a look at to follow any instructions. So sometimes it could take a while. And this is another piece of the puzzle for the energy. And I know a lot of people have been reaching out asking how long is this going to last and what's going on? What can we do? And I just, get different senses or messages of, hang in there. It's going to be a tough couple weeks energetically, emotionally, mentally, but change is in the air, change is going to happen. And I love how spirit totally works and puts these pieces of the puzzle together to support you so you can understand what's going on and so you can harness the energy and use it to your advantage, because when you use it to your advantage, more opportunities, possibilities, and great things come out of it. So a little bit of a tip of everything that's going on with this change and what kind of change is going on. It is definitely a time of transformation for yourself to up level energetically where you're at. And why we get all these different headaches or feeling exhausted or grumpy and angry is because we're releasing, and we're going to be releasing, some guilt from our past. So you have to take a look at it as when we are experiencing these emotions lately, that it is some guilt from the past that's coming up that we've held on for so long, that the universe is saying, hey, release that, let that go. Don't allow it to pick and poke at you, right? It's like somebody picking at you all the time. It gets annoying. But this is the guilt from the past, from ourselves not holding strong enough personal boundaries or not being ourselves. So know that over the next couple weeks, it is going to be tough, but understand part of this change is you up leveling, allowing you to up level, and the universe is going to take you there. But it just depends if you're going to allow these nagging headaches or anger, anxiety to tag along with you. And that is part of forgiveness. It's part of surrendering to that energy, to choices that you've made of the past, accepting them the best that you can. It doesn't mean that you have to forget them, right? Just because you accept something doesn't mean you forget it. And just because you surrender something doesn't mean that you forget it either. It just means that we're going to detach from that energy that's been sitting on us. So all of this guilt, all of the things and choices that we've made in the past where we may have felt guilty, where we have let people in and pushed boundaries when we never should have let them do that. So take this time to level up, to sit, maybe journal out different things in your past that come to mind that have created some guilt, or things that have created triggers, and allow yourself to kind of sit in that energy, give some thanks for it coming up so you can release it, right? When something comes up, it's coming in your face for a reason. It's not trying to put you down. It's trying to say, hey, we're still here. This energy is still here. What do you need to do with it? Do you need to forgive it? Do you need to let it go, surrender to it? Do you need to give it a little bit more energy? So this is going to be very different, I'm sure, for you going into this, because you're going to feel kind of cruddy going into it. But the more energy you give to it, you're going to push through it and allow that transformation to happen, so we can get rid of this chaos and these different emotions and feelings that aren't necessarily the greatest right now. So you're leveling up. Get rid of that guilt, surrender to it, acknowledge it, and allow yourself to transition forward. Again, it's going to be a couple weeks of this, so just hang in there. You're doing a great job. Lots of support, lots of universal love around you, and keep moving forward. Love you lots and take care. We'll see you soon.